I'm going to show you today is when I walk into one of these stores, I'm going to show you what I look for. When I come in here, I collect the money, I look at the Laundry Works, but what I'm looking for are certain things that could be wrong with the machine. I want to see how clean the store is. I'm going to show you what I look at. When I walk into the store, first thing I do, I want to look at the front row. I want to see if there's any different strange sounds of the machine when they're running. I always look at the soap dish, see if it's clean. These are clean. Now, I noticed one thing, this one's full right here. The softener part is full. You know what that means? We have a bad water valve, part of a water valve, probably a diaphragm. So it's not going through the system. So when you walk through here, you see that something might be full. That could be the issue. But I also listen to the sounds of the machines, make sure that everything sounds good on this front row. I will then, after checking the front row, I want to see how clean things are up on the bulkheads, see if there's anything dusty, because I want to make sure everything's clean. I'll also move this chair out and I get behind the bulkheads and take a look and make sure that they've cleaned out the filter for the bulkheads. That's very important because that can fill up and start flooding the whole place. Then I'll walk down through here. I just want to see how clean everything is. And I always check all the soap dishes and make sure they're cleaned and the washers are cleaned and cleaned out. And I don't like streaks on the washers. You know, I know that they're cleaning stuff. And then I just walk down through here. I want to make sure the folding tables are nice and clean, nothing sticky on them for our customers. And we have plenty of space. And just walking down through here to make sure everything's clean. Now, this is a sign that the laundromat is being used. That's a good sign. Seeing the detergent on the floor, at least it's powder, no one's going to slip. The attendant will get to that as soon as possible. I'll just keep on going down through here. That's Winnie, she's training somebody. This girl might last 3 days, who knows if she's training through Winnie.
She said
Good luck.
4.
All right, well, 4. Well, I keep on going back, it doesn't matter. See, I look on the top of the Laundry Works card readers, make sure everything's clean. My big pet peeve is the store not being clean. We don't have to worry about that with Winnie, of course, so that's good. I then go back here to the restrooms, and I want to make sure that the restrooms are nice and clean and they're taken care of, because the last thing we want are dirty restrooms in our facility. And everything, we want to maintain everything. We want to make sure everything looks good. I then go over here. I want to go to the games and vending. I want to make sure everything's in good operation. Okay, vending machine's working, Coke machine's working, ATM machine's working. This is a beautiful sign right here. I don't care. I don't care about that. The only reason why I left this changer in here is so they could play the quarter pusher, and we have a changer on the quarter pusher. And then just go down through here, make sure the kids' play area is nice and tidy and clean, and you know, the claw game, and you know, just everything looks good. And then I'll go down here through the dryers. And I'm always trying to hear. I want to listen. I want to see if there's anything out of sorts. So sometimes you'll go down through here and you'll hear it pinging, but you don't on these. These are pretty new, but I listen for bad rollers. I listen for bad fan blowers, stuff like that. And so I'm always looking at the dryers, and I want to make sure they're nice and clean. This is bothering me right here. See where that's peeling? I need to cut that off, scrape this hip sticker off, get a new one, or just eliminate it altogether. See, this says C1. I don't know what that means, but it's running. But go down through here. This has got some fingerprints on it. We'll get that addressed. Keep on walking. I'm always walking and looking, making sure that everything is in good operation now. And it is. See, there's an earring on the floor, a gold earring. I'll just leave it there. Maybe a customer just pulls something out. I'll get the attendant to address that earring. But you find all kinds of things in the laundromat. This is my big pet peeve right here. I'm gonna get some corner plexi, and then I need to paint that. That really bothers me. Stuff like that bothers me. See, we have another scrape right here. You need to paint that, touch that up. After I look at the whole floor, I come back here. I want to come back to the attendant area. I want to make sure everything's nice and clean, because no one wants to drop their clothes off to a dirty facility. The worst thing ever. I mean, if I walked, I've seen some of these laundromats. You walk in, you drop your clothes off. I'm like, why would they ever drop their clothes off in a nasty place? So we want to make sure that everything is clean and looks nice, and it does. I do not like handwritten notes. If I ever see a handwritten note, or someone puts a poster out here trying to advertise something, those are immediately put in the trash, because we want to stick everything to laundromat with no handwritten notes. The only thing that's going to be approved is something by me or Kelly, and that's it. Then I'll go back here, and I want to look behind the dryers, make sure they're clean, make sure it's clean. See how nice and clean it is back here? I'll walk you back here. See, I want everything vacuumed out. It looks nice and clean. I want the dryers to look nice and clean. Did I say that? You know, that's what you want. I want it to look nice. With that being said, I've walked this store pretty much, and I'm pretty happy. Also, it's very important that you do clean the backs of your dryers, because it increases the longevity of your machines and lint buildup and everything that's associated with drying. And of course, you know, you don't want a dryer fire either. So you see that? You see that fire up there on this side? See that? I mean, that could easily catch on fire if you don't maintain the machines. When you come to one of our stores, you're gonna see at each store, if you go to Google my business, and we have leave a review at each store. So you can pick the store you're at and leave us a review of card versus quarter. I did allow these machines to stay. A lot of them already have quarter, and we kept the quarter and the card. People don't like the quarter, and they've opted to use cards, and so I never have to really mess with the change machine, and I won't anyway. I've just pushed everybody to card. Nobody complains. It's great. Recently, I was at another store, and it was a very big store. I thought it was a beautiful laundromat. The only problem that I had with the laundromat was the fact that they didn't have ample folding. Since the pandemic, society has learned they want 6 feet. They want space. They want space for seating. So if you notice in this laundromat, we have plenty of folding and plenty of space between the folding and the washers. So if you notice between the aisles, there is nothing between the aisles, and that's the way we want it. Nothing between the aisles. So when they take their clothes from the washer, they go to the dryer, and then bring it back to the folding tables. That gives everybody room. Everybody wants room. So on our rule, we've got these shelves, and they're bumped back and forth from each one another, and I believe the customers are very happy because of the space that we created. And one thing we did, I don't want more washers in here, even though I could put 3 or 4 80s on each row. I don't want to, because less is more for the customer. They want space, and I think that's a new way of looking at things.